Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into an absolutely epic contest, one that tries to answer maybe one of the biggest questions of our time.
So, are the days of the human species numbered? Well, to find out, we're going to look at a crazy series of challenges designed to pit the very best of humanity against the most advanced technology on the entire planet. Okay, so here are the competitors. The setup is pretty simple, really. You've got 7 intense challenges, 2 teams, and 1 fundamental question. Who comes out on top? You've got Team Human, repped by the world's most elite athletes and experts. And then you have Team Robot, literally the most advanced robots ever made.
Right, so this isn't just a one-and-done kind of thing. Think of it more like a decathlon, a 7-part battle for species supremacy. And we're kicking it all off with a test of just pure, raw strength.
So, for Challenge 1, we've got the world's strongest man, the one and only Thor Bjornsson. And he is facing off against a giant mech that's, get this, 50 times stronger than any human. The challenge is straightforward, but insane. Who can be the first to flip 3 cars and then pull a massive bus across the finish line?
And what a start! Thor actually gets an early lead. He's just a beast. But the mech is absolutely relentless, just flipping these cars with terrifying efficiency. It gets to the point where the robot latches onto the bus. It looks like it's over. But Thor gives it one last heroic pull, literally screaming for humanity, and just barely secures that first victory. Wow.
Okay, so humanity strikes first, taking an early lead. But can they keep that momentum going? The pressure is definitely on the machines now to prove they're more than just, brute strength. So, for Challenge 2, we're talking about baseball at impossible speeds. The Showdown features a speed no human has ever faced before. You've got pro hitter Eric Sim versus Neo, a humanoid pitcher. Now, Neo uses a cannon to pitch a baseball at 150 miles per hour. Just to put that in perspective, the fastest human pitch ever is only 105. And to add insult to injury, this robot does a Fortnite dance every single time Eric strikes out.
So after a bunch of failed attempts and a whole lot of robotic trash talk, the thing actually says, "I don't like humans," Eric finally connects. And I mean connects. He smashes the first ever home run at 150 miles per hour, and it actually causes Neo to malfunction in what I can only describe as a classic rage quit.
So look at that scoreboard after 2 challenges. Humanity is up 2-0. It's starting to look like a blowout, right? Well, don't get too comfortable, because the robots are about to answer back, and in a big way.
Yeah, the robots are not going to take that lying down. They strike back. For the third challenge, it all comes down to accuracy. We've got a hyper-powerful kicking robot squaring off against a professional human football kicker.
And honestly, this one wasn't even close. The human kicker is clearly battling nerves. You can see him shanking kicks, getting near misses. Meanwhile, the robot just calmly and precisely splits the uprights. And just like that, Team Robot is on the board.
Then, in the 4th challenge, a basketball shootout, they bring in an NBA legend, Manu Ginobili. But even a 4-time champ can't overcome the machine. It's a really tense back and forth, but the robot sinks the winning shot with just cold, calculated precision, and that ties the whole competition. So there you have it, an even match. Just like that, the tide has completely turned. What looked like it was going to be an easy win for Team Human is now a whole new ballgame. We are all tied up, 2-2.
All right, so with the score tied, the pressure is on. This is a fight to the finish. The 5th challenge shifts gears literally from athleticism to pure speed and precision. We have one of the fastest drivers on the planet, George Russell, getting behind the wheel.
So this is Challenge 5, man versus AI on the racetrack. You've got George Russell, an elite human driver who relies on instinct and feel. And his opponent is an AI brain, piloting the fastest unmanned car, relying on pure robotic precision. The real kicker here? They're in the exact same model car. The only difference is what's behind the wheel.
So the AI goes first and sets an absolutely blistering time, 2 minutes and 1 second. And for most of the lap, it honestly looks like George is behind pace. But in that final stretch, you see him just push the car past its limits to its absolute breaking point. He claws back time and beats the AI by 4 seconds with a stunning lap of 1:57. Incredible!
But that lead doesn't last long. The next challenge is golf, which you think is a game of human focus and finesse, right? While the opponent, Robot, is anything but subtle. This thing has swagger.
It's a smack-talking, hyper-precise machine that just handily defeats its human opponent. And the score is tied once again. Can you believe this? After 6 absolutely grueling challenges, we are all tied up. It's a dead heat, 3-3. This means everything comes down to the final winner-take-all showdown. And here it is, the final showdown. The fate of humanity, in this competition at least, rests on the legs of the world's fastest man, Noah Lyles. And get this, he's not just racing one robot. He has to face 3 of them, each one progressively faster than the last.
So, it's a gauntlet. The rules are simple, but they are brutal. Noah has to win 3 separate 50-meter dashes. First, against the biped, an athletic, humanoid robot. Then, the world champion, the fastest robot on 2 legs. And finally, the cheetah, a 4-legged robot modeled after, you guessed it, the fastest animal on Earth. If even one of these robots beats him, Team Human loses the whole thing.
And Noah Lyles just comes out of the gates on fire. He absolutely dominates the first 2 humanoid robots. I mean, he blows them out of the water, barely even breaks a sweat. But that final challenger, that's an entirely different beast.
So, the verdict, for now anyway, in the final race against that cheetah-like robot, the machine is just unbelievably fast. And there's a moment, a split second, where it honestly looks like it might actually catch him. But with one final burst of speed, Noah Lyles pulls ahead, humanity prevails.
And that right there is the final score. Humans 4, robots 3. In a nail-biting finish, humanity secures the victory. It proves that, right now, in the year 2025, we still have an edge.
So the victory is ours, but the source material leaves us with this kind of an ominous note, at least not yet. It's a really important reminder that while robots might not be better than us now, this is really just a snapshot in time.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought, right? What challenge comes next? Because even though humans won this round, the pace of robotic improvement is just relentless. So you have to ask yourself, how long until the score is different? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.